Good evening, travelers. It's a very late techno-witching hour. And I still have stream scoffed at the start, I suppose. So what ended up happening? Well, two things. One, I had to take care of a family matter. Because of time zones, and plus I can't do it during midday, since work prevents me from doing so. And second one is, there was an update 2 days ago to Timberborn, and it broke a lot of mods. Well, it broke something. But it doesn't matter. I'm here. And we are going to be doing Iron Keys on the Lakes map. We've done this before. But now we have the Flexible Star. And for Polishing we go. We can start off here, however, there isn't a lot of good Simeland here. We could start here. Eastern Demata farmland. Or we can go maybe here. Well, no. We don't have any research, so this is probably the best. Honestly, leave an awesome. Thank you, thank you.
Cross tunnel thing is
Ow,
over there.
ow. Well, I could. I mean, if I move it here, it's not really that much of a switch up, is it? Especially with... Oh. Oh. They changed a few things here. Okay. This is new. This is also new. Okay. Very interesting. This is new. I know they did change up the map a little bit. This year's actually not new, if I remember correctly. Yes. So, East Blockade is here? Yeah, that was there before. Anything else that's potentially new? I don't... See, I've never gotten as far as to that one.
Oh, just put that beside
Ow.
the Beaver Lodge.
None of this is new here. Really. I'm kind of surprised they didn't add too much to... Is this map? You know, I'm a little disappointed, actually. I don't like what they did here. Putting that water source under there, I don't like it. I'm actually a little disappointed. You would think I was hoping there was a little more exciting changes. Oh, hold on. No, no, that's old. That one, this one here is old. Now, the biggest problem I kind of have with this starting area is that this river is oh so infuriatingly not straight. A bit of a leftophobia. Thank you for coming by still. I'm sorry things just did not work out well. Timubon was just not cooperating with me for the longest of times. So, we're not going to be using these for a while. We kind of want to clear up this area anyways. But... oh, that's new. She knew way to do it. Or maybe not. I'm just so used to doing it a different way, that's... so that's going to be a lower priority. We'll see how much that gives us. And frankly not expecting much out of it. Get lumberjacks going. And amusingly enough, I may actually just not use this area for power. Because the river is just so frustrating. And while I can cheese it a little like that, I feel like at 25 versus 50, you're going to get more horsepower. And at this moment, we kind of are fine with having more... having our beavers be on this kind of... so we'll have to do that. Actually, you are going to be on lower priority because what needs to actually get set up after is water. We don't need the storage just yet. However, we are going to want to get food up ASAP. What was that? Alright, then we will get some storage. So water is up, that's good. Construction likes material as well. Whatever. We will start putting in campfires here. Does shock. Having happy beavers is a very good thing. Technically, I want you to hold You hottest cyst. That's actually very troubling how quickly we depleted those. Oh. Yes. We're still chewing to berries, which is not a good thing. This is not filling up as much as I thought it would. You're going to need to set up a dam. Let's do a short chat distance. And take this. In fact, what might actually be in our interest is to go ahead and remove all of these here. I know. It doesn't feel good having to do that, but hey, and then for housing, you will set up the barracks. In the past, how did I do this? The farmhouse is done. The next up will be the campfire. You're going to be a very low priority, so I don't really need you yet. However, thank you. Yes, good. You really are cutting it close, Riz. Lower the priority on that one. Great, good. You're using the... And there's only room for spy. Yeah, they need shelter. So this is now the highest priority. Eat correct those. Oh, we can't actually do anything there. You know me. Alright, so. Righty, we have one house. I'm going to need to get this second. How's it going? Ah, it's been a frustrating night, trying to get things to work and they just have not been working. At least for now. We're here. Ah. It is a bit of a mess, I won't lie. Okay, there. So, once we have people with shelter, we now need to start putting in the inventors. And now that we are getting close to a... Yep, campfire has helped. Yeah, it's the basic needs getting done. You are going to then shift towards... Put together a flag here. You'd want to store all the berries in there. And we are actually, fuckingly, able to make use of the log pile now. We might actually want to prioritize that. Now, given the nature of, well, the two boys in zip lines, I could feasibly keep things single district. Alright, so we're now getting science through. Let's actually get one person be unemployed. Let's have one unemployed person here, who will then take care of... There. So green paws are now in action. So the gather of slag will go there. And now that we are in a situation like this, we are going to need to... Yeah. With this large power wheel... Right here. Industrial lumber mill. Right after. Which will make a psych car. And rather worryingly, we are depleting our wood very fast here. I've always disliked the early game of Timberborn. Really, early game of anything always irks me. I am also had to get very close. So, until we truly need it, and this is why mods are nice, because I can always just much more easily clear out those that I do not need. Okay. Meet it. So we'll soon have kits, which is good. Once this is finished, there, we are going to need to have the priorities shift. There's our importance. It gives us access. This. Let's remember, how do I... I'm pretty sure there was a faster way to do that, but as it stands... No good. All of this is no good. Yeah, this is really, really bad. We do not have this dam set up yet. Yeah, the what fur is not as a high priority. Alright, we only need one person for that. So, that is moving along. I feel like trying to push towards Birch. He's risky. Not Birch. Find a push towards Oak. Oak might be a little too risky at the moment. So we'll run this with Birch first. Music is so chill. Thank you. I mean, it's a Spotify playlist. It's largely a... How do I put this? I mean, it is the Livermore show. That is the vibe of the channel. I actually looked up... The keywords I looked up for this was shadow music, because I kind of felt like I wanted some cello music. But let's see, what is the actual song that I was... Drop 3 days, fine. There. That's all. That's like the classic cello music. Oh, wait, no, we can drop that. Need water again. Oh, yet there goes ads. You see a new one on just how there was yes, and it has stuff, which, on one hand, I'm like, oh, finally. On the other, I'm kind of, I really have just come to dislike the gameplay of Helldivers. It's just, doesn't feel right. Not for me. It just has a lot of those, I guess I would call it BS moments that just make it really unfun for me. Mm. Yeah, and it just does not, it's just not fun. Ah, these low population darts. Maybe I should have just gone with start with a higher population. I'm an anything above a D1 dive. Is log in spend medals, yeah. One day, that's fine. For the most part, we'll lose this, but that's it. See, the thing is, all of this would just drain into here. The water was most still, but for the most part, we're not going to have an issue. Yeah, though still draining, we do not have, like, floodgates. Part of it is a good who to go in, that's must. Even with a group, I just do not enjoy it. This is a how many gap? A gap of 3. So what play with Futansi also be too little then into asking this for she probably needs to remind myself sometime during his stream. Mm-hmm. Tari would want to switch there, but we also need to what's a let's do that. As I know we are going to need it at some point. I know these lots. I'm kind of shocked that in this situation, we are still. What's the oil cracking? You do train in Discord feeder offense. It has circuit examples for bouncing output. Ah, I see. So, next stage. I think my next move is just secure food supply. So we start planting, say, one coffee bush. That's actually a late item. The cassava, and get fermenters. Oh, we already have fermenters. So once we are secure with food, honestly, we can probably do with a few more breeding pods. I thought found I wouldn't rather my Sakajin do on like at least the non-space stage. Yeah. High priorities there. Lower priority there. That's the lowest, absolute lowest priority there. We can put one here. Good, we're done. Even with that, that's actually a concern. Luckily, the new town we will know on us go to bed next to me. If I must tell, and why is it going to be interesting? Do tell? Other issues that need to be dealt with. Oh, because that is not ominous at all, right? There are a number of issues that must be dealt with. Okay, fine. We will go and use that epic. Props cassava. You're also going to want another pump here, because we are clearly not keeping up. were the highest priority. And this is going to be a bit of a crazy throw here. But somebody grew a bit fast and are trying to build new systems for production. I said the lucky cotton possibly crashed back to the old ways. Me short. Ah. Connected builder, because you are now highest priority. That's actually slightly problematic. And going to be a while. We can actually hold off on this one. And we just had someone die of old age. Oh. You're already hitting attrition. Hmm. Oh, of course, because we... I was like, why isn't this being prioritized? Oh, that's right, because there are no builders. And there are no haulers at the moment. So, we have those being born. Okay, sure. Again, we do not have any haulers at the moment. It is problematic. We only have one person building. And I don't think we're going to be able to get to the... Interesting, but I'm not going to count on that. Oh, natural dam. Interesting. You know what? It's actually much worse. We have lots of kittens, but we do not have workers yet. But now we do. Now they grew up. Let's bump it up a little. And then we have that moved. Come on. I will take cassava. Turn that on. Put this as basic cassava. And then again, we have all of this food, but it's just stuck on the fields because these guys are just not good at harvesting the bloody crops. And I just do not have enough. I do not have enough hands. So you get to keep that, and we'll just have this. Here, this blockage. Good. We are having quite a few kids here, which, yeah. kind of surprised that the progression isn't as troubling. Like, why am I not having as many problems? Or why am I just not, I don't know if worried is the right term? There. He has more hands now. Prioritize you. Was a harvest one. You are harvest Isaba. Now, I can be cheeky. Our food seems to be okay, and especially now that we have more hands. Yeah. Working. We should be able to handle things a lot better. Hell, I can go a little crazier, can't I? We'll make you a very high, so that we still can keep water through here. The water all throughout there. Our berry supplies are starting to run low. But I think running with the hauling post early has been very, very rewarding. It was probably one of the best calls I've made. Now, we are actually struggling somewhat, very severely, with water. If one day, and while I can pump this out and still have water to work with, it's not something I want to. There. So now we are going to have quite a bit of what I should actually go for is Levy. Levy and then Ludo. If I'm not having anything there, then so it looks like we are finally prioritize with prioritize. It's a bit of a long walk for sure, but consider this an investment. I want this to be done as soon as possible. It's clear planting area. Yeah. And let's think of how are we going to want to handle this. You're probably going to want to have, okay, sure, a two-way station there. Except let's put the forester here. And then we're going to have the Dodge Industrial Kyle right here and right here. Then from there, we are also going to want to have until we get the stairs. We're going to have to put that in there. And we actually still need to keep this covered for the time being. Otherwise, everything else here. But the next thing we do want to do is we do want a line straight through here still. Such that when we can, we are going to go ahead and, well, anyways, we are going to need to have some lumberjack flags as well. And we are actually going to want to have second.
Ah, welcome back,
Forest, yeah.
traveler.
How-
Throwing it at me won't increase the quest rewards.
Ah. As it is, as it is. You eat that. Do not the hat. My hat is no more edible than Atria's, and Atria's hat is very much inedible. That is actually higher priority here. Oh, and you have only yourself to blame for that, Zuminator. It's it. Do not eat the jackets either. That's even far less edible. I want you to prioritize oak. Likewise, here you are oak, and likewise here you are oak. I don't gonna eat the jacket. I don't know. With the way your lot have been. I really wouldn't put it past you to even try. You know? Alright, it looks like our food is still stable. That means, for the next time, you must have more. More. And even more. It's not enough. It's never enough. Now, we can start moving towards gears, which Alright, shifting those away, we do not need construction at the moment. March of progress has no end. Indeed. And the factory must grow. I mean, food stalls are looking in good position. That's no good. Having a surplus, so... You are going to need more campfires. That was a bad move of me. I forgot. We have levies, don't we? For now. If I'm doing this correctly, yes. Well, the intention being we are going to put industrial lumber mill here, and we are going to shift it to wheel power. However, when the rock kicks in, we will shift to large power wheel. It looks like garning cassava. I needed far more than I realized because I am. interrupted to one. Although we are going to need. See, our water supply here is. The one goes fast the one coming. But if there is a point of caution that they do want to make. I actually want this to be a higher priority. You are a lower priority. You're a high priority here. Prioritize picking these up. We're pushing it, really pushing it. But yeah, our population has exploded. Our food remains stable. In fact, yes, I really do need to. Wow. Stephanie's hit that already. Alright. Let's turn these on. Open that up, and our food has just suddenly depleted. Never mind, it's only because it's cassava. Yeah, still okay. So we have the gear workshop. What did I once do, Doug? Yes. Now this will allow us to do a lot more irrigation abroad. Although we should start moving towards metal. And the closest metal is where? Here? 맞아요. Actually, this can stay. So we're at 74. Moderate, but moderate priority. Right, we're going to remove these. Now, the Shinobu Mills, which is here. That's that. The power can go like here into here. You know, I know nothing. Well, Kirin! My goodness, how are you? I'm sorry it's been quite a while. But I'll be doing well. I am somewhat okay. It has been a very, very frustrating evening in that, dealing with significant amounts of stuff, and his game I'm playing had a major updates, which broke a lot of things, and I have to avert a lot of it. I'm back to playing good old vanilla. I mean, it's not like I can't play vanilla. I am more than capable of doing so. Yeah, please achieve this. Anyways, how have you been recently? You're getting a good amount of power today. Excellent. But family out a wild right now, she's having a lot of trouble with the two trying to raise morale. Oh, goodness. This, due to the complexity of it, and just... I mean, understandable, absolutely understandable. It can get frustrating. In my project, there's a thing I'm trying to do and it's just not working out. And this is a personal project. In complexity, it's a tuning and isn't doing something I want. Don't think something a good workman never blames their tools. Just kidding, don't worry. I'm as holy it's wrong, but I don't know what I'm doing it for. What I'm doing wrong. Can you talk to me a little bit more about it? I don't know if I can help, but if nothing else. Was that out of the way? Again, just prioritize this. Now we have food, but dump. We flew down here. Actually, high prioritize, high prioritize. I may actually want to put in. This is actually quite an anomaly for me. In that I normally do not unlock Builder's Hut this early. What did it? Super base development backend. Ah, big snake man. Can't do this in your functions. Oh. Okay, guild approaching. Okay. That is there. Real. It's okay, we don't give up. I'm lucky things are handing me out. Hope the game goes well. Thank you, thank you. Unfortunately, I am not super into databases. I do wish I could up a little bit more, but alas, it is a little out of my wheelhouse. No, for real. I'm really having this kind of labor surplus, huh? Even with all of this. I'm actually very concerned how fast my labor force has expanded beyond my ken. Alright, so guys, a medium tank now. Those priorities for a level right here. But you do need to get removed. On the other hand, you're good selected. Blueberry. Because I know they're going to lock themselves out. protest this construction site, followed by this one. This implies no, incorrect. You're also going to be lowest priority right now. In fact, you will also get, for now, storage, medium tank. However, you are going to be on pause here. Understandable. Our water is very low. If one more day you need to get all of this ready. Alright, so we have sufficient power here. I could go for Floodgate. But I do need to get to... Yeah, our sleep situation is actually getting really bad. That is very bad. Wow. The fact that we cannot harvest these fast enough is... moderately high. I knew it. There we go. There goes the medical beds. Our lumber is suffering heavily. We'll go for that one. Absolutely yikes. Welcome back from Maz, everyone. You did not miss really anything. The draws went by, and we are very, almost critically low on lumber. But, it is what it is. Yeah, our food is what else are we? I don't like the fact I'm in crisis mode again. Our food situation is just... What, out? We're straight up out? And this is what's befuddles me. Not deducing enough. you mean you can't reach that? Seem to be stabilizing. Even so. Looks like our water is finally rate positive. I underestimated the food consumption of these guys. Or maybe I'm so used to how good Shokutos are when it comes to food. See, you have all these stores of food here. It's just not being utilized well. Lots of berries. That good old pit fleeing. Right in a hurry.
Oh, mga kararo.
This is really befuddling. How on earth are you taking so long to gather all these? Well, that's problematic. Did not realize I had really this much of an overflow. You see, this is what's really annoying me right now. You have all this food in the field, and yet they're not eating it. They cannot pick it up fast enough. Like, they have so many of them in the field. Okay, hold on. This is frustrating. We have all of this here. And we're still having an issue. They're not... All of this space for food, and they still cannot. They still cannot manage. All of these... Yeah. Or... My goodness. Well, industrious kind. They are really, really bad at the food industry. Their food economy is terrible. No mods this time. It was too much for the game. This is the thing that really, really annoys me. Just go and pick up the food. I have all of these guys trying to pick up the food, and they just can't. See, they're all getting hungry, but there is so much food in the fields. I'm just going to do that. See, I just cannot understand. Separate tribe house? I.e., what do you mean by that? You're going to have to be a little more descriptive. Ankle is probably next row I can do.
Asco, no, that is not for swimming in.
Think. At this point, I may have to force my way into... Well, no. I do have the decoration here, like brazier. Nah, I can't do these. Those require metal. However, I can do this. I can do this. I do have another move I can make now. I do have a move I can make. Alright, you really do need to be a little more specific with what you mean by that. I'm not quite understanding what you're... Again, absolute befuddlement at how... Ah. That's still dry, that's fine. This is all still okay. This is really severe unemployment. And even this is just... And you are a Buddhist blockage. Still, I can get rid of you. Unbelievable, use lots. Okay, now it seems like we are starting to be positive. We're positive on water and positive on food, in a way. It's now just logs that we are short on. Can you, yes. We're still trees. Alright, let's see if we can survive this next cycle. You are now highest priority. Lie slugged. Now, things are going. Those logs are there. Righty. I'm genuinely confused and concerned. Alright, let's look at this. We kind of need more builders huts. Okay, sure. Yes, you know. You are high priority. You are highest priority. You are a high priority. Again. I'm just going to do that. Come on. I don't understand. What are you lot? Why are you so slow? Why are you so incompetent? I've never seen you lot be this incompetent before. It boggles the mind. It truly boggles the mind. You have all of these people building, and yet you cannot. push that there. There. Oh. They should improve the quality of life a little bit. Oh yeah, now they're just piling in. See, I do not understand why it takes so much out of them. I absolutely have the resources for that. Alright, we have the hauling post. Good. There we are. Alrighty. And again, this is really what absolutely confuses me about these lots. Yeah, now that they're doing all of that. There. Complete and utter jag, but as long as they can maintain... See, it's a bit of a weird, not necessarily vicious cycle, but if they are not doing well, then they work slower, which means it takes longer for them to pick up the food. Which is utterly annoying. But now he's harvested all the cassavas he could. And now we're running low. Once more, we will put on rooftop terrace there. And in fact, let's get us another medium tank of water. And we'll put that say right here. Again, there is food right there. You're not in looking right at your food. The oak have finally grown. Good. But it's the food situation that's the problem. Alright, let's do this. We'll take it. We'll end here. Let's rate someone. Yeah. Let's see here. What have we? Who is around? No. Wrong button right there. You have Ida, we have Hoppy. We haven't seen a Hoppy in a while. You have Siren. Oh. Well, Asahi popped in earlier. I'm going to rate them. And Tommy said, tomorrow we'll be space engineers. We are going to start rating Factorum bases, and let's just get that prototech stuff. We'll see if it's actually worth it. Now, there we go. That's our raid message. So go ahead, tell Asahi Kirin that Techno Witching Hour has begun. It's very rare that they do get to raid them. And they are working on a software project, which we talked about earlier. In any case, as always, it's a pleasure having you, Charles, and I'm sorry for the late stream. But until I see you again, safe travels.